just kind of started with a very general question, which I know can be kind of hard to answer, but how do you guys define bullying?
Well, we follow a lot of the state guidelines on bullying, and one of the definitions is a behavior that happens more than once, and it's directed toward another student or someone else. And bullying is not necessarily toward a student; it could be adults as well, but it's directed toward another student, and it's happened multiple times. And it could be verbal, it could be a variety of different ways. It could be just kind of shunning them as well.
When you have a situation and a student approaches you guys, where do you kind of start when there's accusations of bullying?
When we hear it, we try to go out and talk to all the people we can, so we can gather as much information. Try to find out if we can get the players who, because if there's a bully, there's generally someone says someone bullied me. So we try to investigate that all the way through, and then we follow up with parents.
And what are some of the, I guess, punishments kids could face? Obviously, they're going to be varying degrees, but where does it kind of go? Like start here, and then what would be?
Well, it depends on the severity of it and what's all happened. It could be no more than we put people on notice if you're not to have contact. And in fact, goes again, and it could be clear up to where a student could be expelled. And it just depends on what type of threats. So it could be the police involved. It could be a large variety. Each one is different. Each one has a little different twist, a little different spin to it, which makes it harder to try to sort it out.
When you have someone, there's accusations of cyberbullying. This is kind of something I've been asking because I feel like the line is almost blurred when it comes for the school district. At what point is it the school district's responsibility to step in for cyberbullying versus a parent's? Because sometimes cyberbullying doesn't even happen at school. Sure,
but I think from a school standpoint, if it comes into school and disrupts the school process, then we're in it. If kids do it on the weekend, but it comes in and that's the topic of discussion, and that's taking attention, that's just disruption of school, then we're in. But typically what we do is we get our law enforcement folks involved right away if it's cyberbullying, because they're more expertise in that. And then we try to run down, where did it happen? Did it happen at home? Did it happen in school? Was it a school computer? Where did it come from? So we try to find the source to try to go that way. But if it's in school, then somebody has brought it in for some reason, so we have to sort it out one way or the other, because it just becomes it's disruption for everyone.
When you have a situation, I guess, what do you guys kind of try to tell the kids to stop the bullying from happening?
Well, it's kind of, I thought about that because when you come up and we were talking about it, we were very lucky that Upper Valley Medical Center, their foundation put a grant in, and we got a program called Rachel's Challenge. Now, we've been doing a lot of character building, but part of Rachel's Challenge is just telling kids it's okay to, if you know something strange, tell somebody. And so we've had really good luck of kids stepping up to the plate and saying something's not right or something's going on and letting people know. And in years past, that wasn't necessarily the case. So we're seeing an increase of that, where kids are helping other kids out, stepping up. And I think it's because of the character programs. Rachel, those folks put a lot of money in the program, and we've implemented it. And I think we're starting to see those type of dividends. So we're getting more information. Sometimes, it's hard to even follow.
When you say you've seen more and more kids kind of step up and say, hey, this is happening to so-and-so, what do you think that means? Do you think that there's more awareness, or do you think that they feel more comfortable coming forward, or?
I think both. I think they feel more comfortable. I think we've put them through more training, that this is the norm. This is not abnormal. This is the norm. This is what you should be doing. And after they hear a couple kids have stepped forward and do it, then it's a little more comfortable. It's hard for some kids. Some kids have that feeling that they're telling on one of their friends or something. But the reality of it is, we've tried to tell kids that many times you can save a lot of problems. We can keep a lot of things from happening if we know soon enough. The problem is, like in most cases, a lot of times we may be the last one on the line to find out.
I'm trying to think, sorry.
No problem. I really do think that provided the grant, I think that's helped us a lot, because it's Rachel's Challenge, and Rachel was involved in one of the school shootings, and so it's really kind of about a kindness thing, to help each other and be nice, and part of that's telling, if something's going on, let somebody know. If somebody's having a bad day and it's really strange, then let somebody know so that we can get some help to them. And in turn, that's kind of swung, somebody's getting picked on, that's not right, you know what I mean?
What would would you say to kids who maybe are, I don't know if you have bullying going on in the day. I'm sure everyone gets picked on and things like that, but what would you tell those kids if they are doing that type of thing?
If they're bullying, I mean, obviously, the first thing you tell them is stop, that you're hurting somebody, but the reality is it's not acceptable. You know, and if you continue on, we're going to deal with it, because to me, we come to school because we're coming to school, and it should be a safe environment. And when you have as many kids as we do, just like everybody else, you can't possibly police every kid, every movement. So you try to, the ones that are, you try to make a point that it's not acceptable.
How many kids do you have in this district?
We got about 4,400.
4,400. You are the largest district in Miami County, correct? That's what I thought. Okay, I just wanted to make
But
sure.
you're going to talk Beaver Creek Center, they're bigger.
Well, yeah, but
we're the biggest in the
Miami
county.
Yeah.
And we have, you know, bullying is broad. You know what I mean? There's just, it's the people that do it are really good at it, and they cover it a lot of times. They cover the trails, and they're really good at it.
Would you say you have more of a problem with bullying in like junior high versus high school aged kids, or?
I don't know if I could. I don't know.
You don't know if you could even answer to that. Yeah, I was just curious.
No, I'd have to go back and look, but I don't think I could give you.
Yeah.
I mean, the old adage, kids are kids. They are, and sometimes kids are incredibly nice to each other, and sometimes not so.
You guys keep track of the incidents reported to you? Is that every district does, correct?
Yes, but sometimes the problem with some of the reporting, sometimes maybe it's just a confrontation that you and me had, and I said something to you in a bullying nature, but because bullying is defined by 2 or more incidents, you know what I mean? Plus sometimes it goes into something else. So it may be, it becomes some type of pushing or assault or fight, you know what I mean? So, but there's just, I mean, I don't know. I don't think when I was a kid, the same things happened, I think, but times have changed. So the severity of those things are different, you know?
Yeah.
They just are. There's just no way around that.
Is there anything else? Anything you feel like I missed or didn't give you an opportunity to say?
No, I think you're just trying to expose it. No, I think
Just trying to explain.
we try to take everything serious the best we can. I mean, there's nothing that's shoved on. There's no value in that. So I don't know.
Perfect.
But it's very tough, though. I can just tell you, it's very tough because it's. I just think some people are really good at it.
Yeah. They hide it well.
Yeah, well, there's subtle things, you know, that you can be walking down the hallway and bump somebody, but you bump them 5 times that day. You don't really say anything. You just bump
And
them.
it's still a form of intimidation, which is a form
And
of
you just bump
bullying.
them, yeah. But if you don't really stop, you not say anything to them, you just have bumped them.
And Rachel's challenge is kind of your guys' way of being proactive about the situation. And
Yeah,
informing the
about
kids.
behavior and treating each other nice, you know what I mean? And focus on that, and if somebody's in trouble or needs help, then try to get it for them. So we've had character programs, but that one just kind of led that focus. And since we've had that, it has been good.
How long have you had it?
3 years, 4 years, yeah, it's been good.
And is it all through the district, or is it certain grades, or?
It's all through the district, and it was offered to everybody in the county.
Okay.
So they did a great job with it. But I can just tell the difference, because I get a lot of discipline things to my office, and I can tell the difference between how many kids are helping each other out.
How does that make you feel as a school administrator? It's got to make you feel pretty good to know that your kids are sticking up for other kids, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, realistically, if you think, the kids are just doing the right thing. They're just they're taking care of each other. And back in the day, and older, that was, kids didn't do that. But I think things have changed, and it needs to happen. I mean, a lot of things could be avoided if people just talk about them. You know, that you wait till the episode completely blows up, and it's too late. You know, it's I think bullying's kind of a personal thing, though, too. You know, some people aren't willing to step up and say that right away, but then it goes too far.
Yeah.
You know, and by the time they realize it went too far, then it's hard. It's hard to unreel everything. So.